Okay, so in last class we have seen the consumer producer consumer problem and dining philosopher problem. So this is the another problem, that is reader writer problem. Now what things has to be considered while synchronization of different reader processes and different writer processes. So we will discuss those scenarios and then we will discuss the solutions to those issues if some issues are happening because of multiple processes are executing simultaneously. Okay, so this is the third synchronization problem, classical synchronization problem. We call it as a reader writer problem. Here there will be n number of processes, which are some of them are reader processes, some of them are writer processes. Okay, so at any point of time there can be any number of processes, any number of readers that can read from the shared resources. Suppose, let us assume there is a shared memory between different processes which are taking part in that synchronization. So n number of processes are there. So all the processes can at the same time they can read the data from that shared memory. Okay, then if there is if some process wants to write, okay, so at that time only one process can write at a time. Other all n minus 1 processes cannot write. Okay, so at any point of time only one process can do the write operation, whereas there can be all the processes which can read at a time. Reading simultaneously possible hai, writing at a time only one process is allowed to write. Okay, and when one process is writing, all other processes cannot write, as well as they should not read also, otherwise there will be inconsistency in the data. ओके, रीडर को अपडेटेड वैल्यू रीड किया है या बिफोर अपडेट वैल्यू रीड किया है ये पता नहीं चलेगा. ओके, सो whenever writer is active at that time, all other processes should not be able to write, as well as they should not be able to read. Okay, so no access is given to any other process, no read access, no write access. If some process is writing on that shared memory location. Okay, so this is the reader writer problem. Okay, so how to achieve or how to implement this reader writer problem कि एक अगर कोई read कर रहा है तो all of them can read, all other processes which are there in the system, there in the synchronization process, all of them can read. But if some process is writing, then no other process is should be reading or writing. Okay, that means write करने के time पे हमको only write operation we need to perform. While doing read operation, other processes can also read. So to implement this, the algorithm will be like this. Here we will be taking two semaphore variables. One is W and one is M. Okay, so M is a mutex and W is semaphore. Now here we can consider the algorithm for writer while writing. Okay, so while writing, the process will be locking that shared resource. Okay, so it will not be allowing the others to access that shared location for reading as well as for writing. So that is mentioned here with the weight W. Weight W is what? W is a semaphore variable for write. Okay, so whenever a writer process is wants to do some write operation, at that time we assume that there is no other process reading or writing. Okay, so the process is locking, or we can say the process is entering into its critical section, and it is saying all other process that they cannot enter into its the critical section of those processes. Okay, so here the write operation is performed, and after completion of write operation, it will release the critical section. It will go out of the critical section. That means it will give the access of that shared location or shared resource to all other processes. Okay, so जब तक इसका राइट ऑपरेशन नहीं होता है तब तक ये शेयर्ड रिसोर्स का एक्सेस सबको नहीं देगा. That is a simple write operation. Now in case of read operation, there are multiple chances. That is, since there can be n number of readers that they can which can read that shared location, okay, shared resource. So that's why reader process code is like this. So whenever the reader is reading, it will send the wait signal m. Okay, this m is different variable. This it is w and it is m. Okay, then read count. What is read count? Read count is a variable, we can say. It says how many readers are reading now that shared location or shared resource. Okay, so whatever readers are reading, though the previously reading processes are there, so whenever my process starts reading, it will increment the count of readers. Okay, so after this increment at any point of time, if my read count is 1, if it is 1, it says wait w. So what is wait w? That means writers cannot write. Okay, so this is a wait signal for writers. So whenever some process is this read count is 1, that means 1 or more. Okay, so whenever my read count is 1 or more, at that time it is sending the wait signal for writers. That means no other writer can write, because there is a process which is reading the shared resource. Are you getting this? राइटिंग का प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करने से पहले देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी रीडर. ओके, देन ओनली राइट प्रोसेस कैन स्टार्ट. Okay, so here whenever there is a reader, the reader has started reading. Okay, at that time it will increment the count of readers. So if the count of readers is 1, initially if it is a 0 processes are there who are reading. Okay, that means read count क्या होगा? 0 होगा. अभी एक process आया है that is that wants to read. Okay, and it will increment the count of readers. Now count reader का count क्या हो गया? 1 हो गया. So if read count becomes 1, then it will send the wait signal, wait message or wait will be applied for w. W means writer. Writer का जो variable है उसके लिए ये wait signal send करेगा. ओके, यहाँ पर राइट ऑपरेशन भी यही कर रहा था कि अगर एक प्रोसेस राइट कर रहा है तो नो अदर प्रोसेस विल डू द राइट ऑपरेशन. ओके, सो हियर इफ वन प्रोसेस इज डूइंग रीड ऑपरेशन, देन नो अदर प्रोसेस शुड डू द राइट ऑपरेशन जब तक उसका रीड नहीं होता है. ओके, एंड देन इट विल सिग्नल एम. सो दिस एम इज फॉर रीडिंग. रीड जब तक रीड नहीं होता है तब तक लॉक करना है. ओके, एंड जब भी रीड काउंट 1 रहेगा, that time write will also be locked. Okay, so when the write operation will be unlocked, when the signal will be sent to this wait w, wait w का corresponding signal w will be sent at this time. Okay, so when that will be sent, so a read operation will be performed, and after read operation is over, ओके, दैट मीन्स ये जो वेट एंड सिग्नल है, दिस वेट एंड सिग्नल है, दिस इज व्हाइल अपडेटिंग द रीड काउंट वैल्यू. जब मुझे रीड करना है, रीड काउंट विल बी इंक्रीमेंटेड. ओके, जब मेरा रीड कंप्लीट हो जाता है, दैट टाइम आई वांट टू चेंज द रीड काउंट, दैट इज आई वांट टू डिक्रीमेंट द रीड काउंट मेरा रीडिंग होने के बाद. सो एट दैट टाइम ऑल्सो आई विल बी डूइंग द wait and signal on m. So what is this wait and signal on m? This is when we are updating the value of read count, जब रीडर इंक्रीमेंट हो रहे हैं या फिर रीडर डिक्रीमेंट हो रहे हैं, that has to be done. Sorry. So whenever the read count will be incremented, that has to be done within the critical section only. That means wait and in between wait and signal. Similarly, after reading, when I want to change the read count, that is I want to subtract the read count, because मेरा reading हो गया है तो reader के count में एक decrement होना चाहिए. At that time also that operation will be done inside the wait and signal, that means within the critical section. Okay, ये हुआ read count variable हम लोग increment या फिर decrement कर रहे हैं. कब increment कर रहे हैं? When reading I want to start reading. Decrement कब कर रहे हैं? When my reading is over. Okay, now when there is a read count value is 1 or more. Okay, so at that time I will be locking the write operation also. Okay, यहाँ पर write operation lock कर रहे हैं. When this write operation will be unlocked, or when this signal will be given for that write operation, here it will be given. So जब कोई process read कर रहा है, at that time no other process is allowed to do the write operation. So when that write operation will be allowed, after the process will complete the read operation, and it will decrement the read count. And if after decrement, if that read count becomes 0, अगर हो सकता है कि मेरे 3 प्रोसेस है जो रीड कर रहे हैं, तो रीड काउंट यहाँ पर डिक्रीमेंट करके क्या हो रहा है? 2 हो रहा है. So that means it is not 0. That time we cannot start or we cannot allow the other processes to start writing. Okay, because there are still 2 more processes which are there in the which are reading that shared resource. Okay, so decrement करेंगे जब मेरा process current process का read operation complete हो गया है. Okay, so ये decrement होगा. After decrement, if my read count becomes 0, then only write operation is allowed to perform. Okay, then only the write operation is allowed to be performed. So in this way, reader process will follow the algorithm. Have you got this? This lock is when the read count is incremented or changed. Okay, so here the read count is incremented, that's why this lock is applied. Here the read count is decremented after reading is over. Okay, reading of some particular process is over, that time this read count will be changed, that's why this lock is applied. Now whenever read count is 1, at that time there is a lock on a write process. So when that lock will be released, just a minute. When that lock will be released, when my read count becomes 0, that then the lock on write will be released. That means signal will be given for a write operation. Okay, so in this way the algorithm for a reader process and writer process can be written, so as to achieve the synchronization between the read and write. And by doing this we will get the consistent data. That means हमको हमारा शेयर्ड जो रिसोर्स है, शेयर्ड लेटेस्ट अज्यूम मेमोरी लोकेशन है, उसमें इनकंसिस्टेंट डेटा नहीं मिलेगा अगर हमने ऐसे रीडर एंड राइटर में सिंक्रोनाइजेशन अप्लाई किया तो. Got it? Yes, have you got it?
वो स्टार्टिंग में वेट एम किस पर है मैम?
वेट एम that is read count is getting modified. Okay, so अगर मेरा एक प्रोसेस रीड काउंट मॉडिफाई कर रहा है, at that time no other process, सी मैं अगर रीड काउंट को 3 से 4 बना रही हूँ, तो नो अदर प्रोसेस शुड एक्सेस दैट रीड काउंट 3 से 4 बना है, तो अगर और कोई प्रोसेस रीड करना चाहता है तो दैट शुड एक्सेस इट एज अ 4 एंड देन इंक्रीमेंट इट टू 5. ओके, साइमल्टेनियसली दो प्रोसेस ने 3 to 4 ऐसा चेंज नहीं करना है मेरे रीड काउंट में. इट शुड नॉट हैपन. ओके, are you getting this? If there are two processes which wants to read simultaneously, that start reading simultaneously that shared variable. Okay, so वो क्या कर रहे हैं, दोनों process they are trying to increment the value of read count. So दोनों ने अगर read count का previous value 3 read किया, तो they will make it as a 4 ना. So that updation of just the read count has to be in the log. That means updation of the read count has to, that code has to be written in the critical section. Are you getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
यहाँ पर increment और यहाँ पर decrement दोनों चीजें अगर more than one process at a time कर रहे हैं, तो again there will be wrong read count, wrong number of processes which are reading. Okay, so that should not happen. For that purpose this lock is there, these two locks, this is 1 and this is 2, while incrementing and while decrementing the read count. And when this lock is applied, if my read count is 1, at that time writers are not able to write. मतलब कोई भी एक भी प्रोसेस अगर रीड कर रहा है तो no other process is allowed to do the write operation, because again there will be inconsistency in the data. Okay, so once my reading is over, there can be a number of processes which are doing read operation simultaneously. Once my reading is over, I will decrement the read count value. But after decrementing, decrement operation done by me, it is not necessary that read count will become 0, because there can be other processes which are doing read operation. Okay, so they will also do decrement their read count by 1, but that might not be become 0. So whenever it becomes 0, that means सब readers, जो भी readers अभी मेरे system में हैं, वो सबका reading खत्म होने के बाद there is no single reader who is reading from that shared location. At that time signal weight will be set. That means now processes are allowed to do the write operation. Now कोई एक process आएगा और and that will do the lock on that shared location कि now I will be doing the write operation and no other process is allowed to do the read or write operation. कब ये कब possible होगा, जब write signal send किया जाएगा. Got it?
Yes.
So this is the algorithm for read and write in case of reader-writer synchronization problem. Now next topic is in inter-process communication, the pipes and shared memory, how it is used. Okay, so what is inter-process communication? Inter-process communication is nothing but it is a mechanism which is applied for communication between one process and other process. ओके जैसे हम लोग ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन कम्युनिकेशन करते हैं, वैसे प्रोसेस टू प्रोसेस कम्युनिकेशन कैन बी देयर, बट वी विल बी हैविंग डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ प्रोसेसेस. ओके, देयर कैन बी इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोसेसेस, दैट मीन्स the processes are totally independent of each other but they wants to do the communication. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. And ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि processes are already related to each other. That means there is a one parent process and there are some number of child process. Okay, and the child process wants to do the communication with the parent process, or parent wants to do the communication with child process. In that case we say the processes are dependent or related to each other. ओके, सो कम्युनिकेशन दोनों टाइप के कम्युनिकेशन हो सकते हैं. एक तो कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द रिलेटेड प्रोसेस या फिर कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द अनरिलेटेड प्रोसेस, टोटली इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ईच अदर जो प्रोसेस है उनके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन. ओके, सो ऐसे both the types of communication can be there. So when we want to have the communication between the related process, that means parent to child, child to parent, then we can use the pipes. Okay, so pipe is nothing but a half duplex mechanism used for communication. Okay, half duplex means at any point of time there will be one way communication. It is like a one way road. Okay, so agar vehicles can go from point A to point B, then from that one way road there is no facility of coming from point B to point A again. Okay, so pipes are like that way. So if we want to achieve the full duplex communication, in that case we need to use the two different pipes. Okay, one pipe is for one way and second pipe for another way. Pipe is for child to process communication, and second pipe will be for uh, child to parent. There will be one pipe, and parent to child there will be another pipe. So in this way the related processes can do the communication between each other with the help of pipes. Okay, and if we are having the unrelated processes, okay, that means there is the processes are completely independent of each other, but still they wants to do the communication. Okay, so that type of communication we can achieve with the help of FIFO, that is first in first out way, and it is a full duplex communication. That means at any point of time both the processes can send or receive the message. एक okay, so okay. I got disconnected automatically, so we are discussing this pipes and FIFOs. So if processes are related, then they use pipes for doing their communication, and if processes are not related, they use the FIFO for doing the full duplex communication. In general, we can take the example like suppose you are sending an email to your friend. So can you send the email both the ways simultaneously, or do you have that channel through which you can communicate simultaneously? No. So mail can be considered as a one-way communication, half duplex communication. Okay. And if you are using the WhatsApp for sending messages to each other, so एक फ्रेंड अगर मैसेज टाइप कर रहा है एंड सेंड कर रहा है, एट द सेम टाइम सेकेंड फ्रेंड ऑल्सो एबल टू type and send the message through the same channel. Okay, so that is nothing but the full duplex communication. So it will be just the difference is like that. And communication through the how the communication will happen through the shared memory. That is one way. Here you can observe there are different processes, A, process B, and the operating system may also take the part in that communication. So this is a shared memory. Okay, suppose करो कि आप लोगों को shared memory का use करके you want to do the communication. That means let us assume you are playing one game and in that game you are not allowed to say anything. Okay, आपको कोई भी word नहीं बोलना है. You can just put the update your whatever you want to say to one classroom is given to you and one board is given. So you can come to there. That board is shared. Suppose all of 5 friends are taking the part in that communication. So first friend will come and update on that board ki what he has done, what he wants to access now, and whatever is the thing he want to share with the other friends. Okay, so he will do the update on that board. Then second friend will come, will read whatever is written by first friend. Okay, so accordingly the second friend will access or will perform the actions. Okay, first friend ने जो भी update किया है shared memory में, accordingly the second friend will take the actions, and whatever actions he has taken, second friend, so he will do the updates on that shared location. Now third friend will come, he will read and read all the updates which are there on the shared location and accordingly take the actions and so on. So likewise the processes will also do the communication between them through shared memory. Okay, so whatever updates it wants to give to other processes which are there in the synchronization, in the communication, which are taking part in the communication, that message will be written over that shared memory. Okay, so this is one way of doing the communication. Another way is directly passing the message, that is sending the message. So how the message passing will be done, there will be one process. There are two processes. Suppose the process wants to send the message to this is sending process, this is receiving process. Okay, so that message will be sent through message passing module, and message will contain the process ID. That means who is sender of this message, sender, and the content of message. Now this content of message will have again different things, that is header and the body of the message. Okay, so it is a header which contains the control information regarding the message, and there will be body, that means actual message will be there. Here actual message will be there. So in this way the process P1 will send the message to process P2. Now in reply to this, process P2 will again create its own message which will have, now sender will be this is P2 and this is P1. Now this time the sender will be P1. Previously it was P2. So like this way communication will happen between process P1 and P2 by sending the message, and these messages can be of fixed size or variable size. अगर fixed size message अगर लिए तो that will be easy for operating system to handle this message passing between the processes, but it will be difficult for the programmer to handle this. Okay, if the messages are of variable size, then it will be difficult for operating system to manage this message passing communication, but it will be easier for programmer to handle this type of communication through message passing. Okay, so in this way the processes can do the communication between them either by shared memory or by message passing. So here we can say the first part which we have seen in the syllabus, there are the third unit is divided into two parts, that is one is process synchronization and second is deadlock. So first part we can say it is over, and deadlock part we will see in the next class. Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so if you are having any doubt in the process synchronization part, uh, we have covered uh, different topics under this. So any doubt is there, you can ask me. In this synchronization part, we have seen the principles of concurrency, then mutual exclusion, then how the mutual exclusion is supported through hardware, through operating system or program. That is through operating system, it will be supported like by providing the semaphore and mutex. So we have seen what is semaphore, what is mutex. Then after that, we have seen the classical synchronization problems like reader-writer problem, producer-consumer problem, dining philosopher problem, and so on. Okay, these problems we have discussed, and after that we have seen the inter-process communication and how the inter-process communication can be achieved with the help of pipes between the processes which are related, and then through FIFO if the processes are not related, and through shared memory or through message passing. So all these things we have covered in this synchronization part. Soon I will share with you the PPT and the question bank related to this. Okay. So the second half part of the third unit, that is deadlock, we will start in the next class. Since tomorrow there is a holiday, so we will be starting with the deadlock in the next week only. Okay. So thank you all of you. Thank you from my side. Now, since I have shifted my lecture to this time, now from this point time onwards, your practical will be conducted. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you all of you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you may leave the class.